Welcome to my inn, the Carriage Rest Inn, a place where the bard has tales that spin. As our weary travelers struggle to find their role in this world divided with souls that are full. Trust, confusion, loyalty are a greater foe than any arrow sprung from a bow. Who is dark, who is light, a constant battle over who is right. Listen as we begin here at the Carriage Rest Inn.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Carriage Rest Tales. I'm your host and dungeon master, Mike, and to my right we have...
Oh, hey guys, it's Sam, and I'm playing Woods, the Elven Paladin Ranger. And this is a shout out to our buddy Dan. Dan, remember when you said you guys should take more notes? And I said, we do. Well, I took some notes and it says, walk, cave town, arrow, cross. I don't know what that means. That one's for you, buddy. That's what happened last time.
Hey everybody, this is Nick. We'll be playing Basso / Ozov, the half-orc barbarian. And my suggestion would be to take better notes.
Okay. I did actually. It says make new character sheet. I also didn't do that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ryan. I'll be playing your favorite bard rogue, happy, sad, untrusty tabaxi.
I like the happy sad.
Happy, sad. From my point of view, what happened was Basso and I escaped the orc encampment. I stole the leader's staff, which is now in possession of Basso. Woods appeared after a long time, now with wings, glowing red on one side, glittery starlight on the other. Now I'm even more untrustworthy of Woods, maybe for good reason, I don't know. And I believe I was going to go communicate with the Night Circle to locate Basso's dad as a sign of my friendship to him, and he convinced Woods to join us to prove her trust and loyalty to us since she tried to kill us.
Which is funny because we're all like on the same mission. So the fact that she has to prove herself is just frustrating, that she's got to go prove herself to the man.
Well,
So at the start of the episode...
Or the cat.
So at the start of the episode, you see that Nomis, Vimus, starts walking off to go see the Night Circle. He had told you guys that it'd be easier for him to talk to the Night Circle without you present, since there's a lot of turmoil currently going on with you guys maybe being enemies of the Night Circle, just a lot of confusion. You do notice that Vimus makes a wide arc around where you guys are currently camped out at. And he seems to be marking symbols on the trees and stuff before he leaves. It's in a thieves' cant, so you guys don't know what it says, but he made some markings before he left your guys' area.
for a good time called. Yeah.
Call Basso.
8675309.
You guys are going to, it's going to be a few hours until Vimus returns. So it's up to you guys if you want to stay in this location or if you wanted to travel, if you wanted to talk to one another. That's where we're going to open the scene. It's just Basso and Woods sitting in the woods.
You don't have to sit on my lap. I'm just kidding.
I think we're just going to hang out, and Basso is sort of processing all what he's going through, since he recently merged. So I think he's going to think about all those other memories and just trying to process it all.
As you're thinking back to the other memories, you remember just a lot of traveling. So your troop always packed lightly. You could break down the tents almost instantly and start hitting the trail. And you all seem to just sense the Denoa movements. So the reason you were moving around all the time is so that you could avoid their migrations, for the lack of a better word. So unlike the other cities in Dorma that were fortress cities, so like the Iron Mist was a fortress city, The Firefly city of the elves was a flying city that was constantly moving. Your tribe didn't have cities. You didn't really have technologies. You just migrated out of the way. And that was basically the rite of migration. The leader, for some reason, always knew where the Denoa were, where they were going to go.
So when Ozof and Vaso first merged, they were on the Denoa side.
On the Dorma side, yep.
Dorma side. Did Vaso/Ozof feel irritable, or what kind of feeling? What was that? Did he still have that normal feeling of irritability when he's on the other side?
I would say now that you've merged and you kind of have access, now that you've merged and you have access to both lives, you would know that Vaso, we had talked about earlier, would get angry at things, but then it would get pulled away from him and go to someplace else. You're starting to put together that was the spell. It was pulling away Vasa's negative emotions. Well, where that goes is into Ozof. So Ozof is very much more character of rage and being angry and upset and very irritable, which is why when you were going back and forth and going into Dorma, you were becoming irritable because that was no longer getting pulled away from you.
Got it.
Which is what was kind of driving that emotion from you. Okay. So now that you're a merged individual, I would say you're defaulting probably more towards the rage side because Vaso just had to suppress so much, and its upbringing being smaller than everybody else, fighting with his dad about trying to join the order, being betrayed by the order. All this was just feeding Ozof, which is why he was physically bigger than you were. So you're a little bit more irritable now.
Okay, great.
But now it's on both sides because your emotions are no longer being siphoned. Oh. So you have to work through that.
So I would imagine we're just sitting and kind of hanging out, right? Like around a campfire. Are you there?
Yeah. I'm just sitting there like, just gripping the sword. Like I have my sword. Well, I'm gripping it with my one hand. Yep. Apparently, I still have it. But like it's like stuck in the ground. Like I'm just kind of griping it,
twisting.
Yeah.
Woods is up on her feet, kind of pacing almost. You two can feel that she's also like been just a bit more irritable lately as well. Do you feel like you're two sides of a magnet pushing against each other? Like you want to connect, but you can't. Like inside of you, it just feels like your insides are pushing outward towards each other. Like the right side and the left side just aren't just, they're both in there, but they won't touch. Is that what it feels like?
I don't know. And then he's just,
golly.
Like he's almost like twisting the knife like into the ground and like sort of almost digging a hole with it.
I feel like, I know I've merged before, but I was small. I remember it. This is different. Having these two just goddesses in me, they just won't. It feels like they won't touch each other. And she's just like pacing and kind of just like her wings keep like kind of flapping up and then flapping down and just also just super irritable as she's kind of just making a ring around the campfire. So what's the plan? Like, where do you go? We have to get this taken care of. We're really wasting time here.
It's like, I don't know what the plan is. I just need to chill for a sec. And then Vasa's just going to go for a walk.
Fantastic.
Is Soph I imagine Soph's going to go with Vaso, or is Soph going to stay with Woods?
Sophie's...
Vaso's the one that was communicating with Soph the most, so I felt like she'd stay with Vaso.
Yeah.
But Vaso's also in a visibly angry mood, so I don't know if Soph would shy away.
Yeah, I mean, I think Soph would follow Vaso, but like maybe keep her distance.
Okay. That's reasonable to me.
Yeah.
As you're stalking around, you occasionally hear a bunch of bushes rustle. And when you turn around, you see that Soph has caught like a rabbit or a squirrel. I imagine Soph would just absolutely roast a fire breath on a squirrel. But they're having a fun time, even though Vasa's in a bad mood.
Well, they all left. They came back and they left. I could be where I needed to be, doing the things I need to do, but now I'm waiting on both of them. Typical. And she's going to just continuously like pace around and finally give in and drop down to her knees and decide she's going to try to meditate a bit.
Anything in particular you're focusing on while you're meditating?
I'm trying to convince both goddesses to kind of calm down a bit. Like, she feels ever since she merged that both sides are like raging inside of her, but they won't touch. Like, they're inside of her, but it's like she's in two separate bodies, literally physically. She can feel split down the middle of her. And she feels like these two forces aren't actually allowed to be one.
As you're meditating and thinking on that, you mentioned the two halves being like split down the middle. You start to see the edges turning into each other, but then you start visualizing the symbol of the yin yang, which brings you back to the Order of Light. That was their crest, was the light in the darkness.
So, and as that image kind of pops in my head, she's now starting to doubt everything again. Were they right? Was the Order of Light actually doing what they need to do? What we're actually doing? Were we fighting against the wrong entity? Are we the bad guys? But are we now the good guys? And she's having a hard time shaking that.
Okay, sounds good. Skip over to Vasa. What you up to?
Just, I think like with him wandering around and, getting some space and just able to clear his head a little bit. Like he's got that feeling where he's like by himself again. And that kind of brings out the Vasto side a little bit. Like reminds him when he's, on the farm working by himself.
Okay.
So I think that's going to calm him down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Temporarily.
I'll say that Soph picks up on that and grabs a stick and tries to play fetch with you. And you can tell that Soph's trying to cheer you up also, because they sense that you're confused. Maybe they think you're in pain, so they're trying to distract you by playfulness, because that's all they know.
Yeah, I'll pick up the stick and just throw it, play fetch.
Sounds good. So you play fetch for a little bit, and then Soph brings the stick back and then starts pawing at your sword. Just like, throw that.
Like, no, I know what you're going to do with that.
She pouts. Eventually, you'll circle back to where Woods is at. And at this point, maybe it's been an hour. I'm going to say when you get back, Woods is in deep meditation. So she doesn't stir. So if you want to just sit next to Woods or continue walking around, that's up to you. But I'll leave that up to you.
I'll just sit there.
Okay. Probably 3 hours go by. I think we were in that little storyline for about 4 hours there, Vimus. You start hearing rustling coming through the woods, which would probably put you on alarm since you are in enemy territory. Vimus, do you want to describe what you're doing as you're re-entering this scene?
First of all, I don't rustle.
Rustle
I am
through the
very stealthily.
Fine. You guys don't hear anything.
And then I
being
just
appears.
appear.
Right in the middle of the camp.
Boom. Are you all rested?
What do they see?
You will see that Vimus has new leather armor that's studded leather.
Studded leather.
It's black with kind of muted gold trim, like around the collar, the cuffs, maybe down the inside.
Aren't you looking fancy?
Yeah, nice dress.
Not as fancy as those of us with wings.
Just gonna flutter him a bit.
And then I immediately turn to Basso. I'm true to my word and have located your father. He is alive.
Great. Do you know where's he at?
He is south of Black Bay Harbor at the Iron Mist.
Okay.
But before we can rescue him, we must, in return, travel to Trin and refell the pillar.
What do you mean refell?
It has been restored. Apparently, those in the Order of Light, along with the Harbinger of Creation, have been restoring pillars. So we
need to kill the Harbinger of Creation, is what we need to do.
Well, first, we need to travel to Trin, fell the pillar, and then head to Black Bay Harbor, where, in exchange for that, I have secured the release of your father to us.
Okay, let's do it.
But we also...
can we ask a few more questions then? Okay, let's just do it.
Yeah, let's just do
Isn't
it.
that what you asked? Have I not delivered?
No, you
on
did exactly
what
what you were supposed to.
told you.
What is your relationship with the Night Circle? Why all of a sudden are you dressed like this? What side are they on?
They are on the side of felling the pillars, which is, I thought, what you wanted to do. Is that not your...
No, it is 100% what I want to do.
So then we are aligned with the Night Circle. And in exchange for felling a pillar, we get Vasso's dad.
I want to roll a history check quickly. How do I feel about being aligned with the Night Circle? 14.
Instead of a history check.
Okay, I'll roll again.
No. I'm going to have you roll again. And I'm trying to think of what it would be, like a religion. I guess history could be fine. What did you roll?
14.
14. I would say that half of you inside fully trusts the Night Circle.
That's going to be my Lucha half.
You remember that Lucha was a confidant in the Night Circle. You remember back to, it was really only about 2 days ago when General Vive was given the order to assassinate Vaso, that he was told that Lucha was a spy for the Night Circle, spying on your party, which you now put together now that you're on better terms with Lucha, that she was seeing through your eyes and reporting back to the professor.
And how does Sopalor feel about this?
Sopalor, I would say she's still too weak to fully grasp the situation.
Okay.
Because you also remember that Sopalor was originally murdered
By the Harbinger of
Creation, which is the enemy of the Night Circle.
Okay.
But at this point, Sopalor's presence is just too weak because she's really only existing as a fragment of her original powers.
Got it.
Do I sense this inner turmoil within Woods? Like this balance of should I, shouldn't I?
I think that's going to be up to Woods to either do a roll for performance or describe.
Yeah, I definitely think you're going to start to see that for sure. It's not something I'm going to hide.
Okay.
So you want the Harbinger of Creation dead?
Yes, I think. Yes.
There might be someone in your way that you will have to face to get to the Harbinger of Creation.
And who's
But
that?
first, we have our mission from the Night Circle. Who was greatly impressed that Osoph is no longer with us,
we can't
and we
just
contain another relic.
breadcrumb information and move on. Tell me what you know, and we'll do the things, but tell me what you know.
I know that we need to go to Tren to fell a pillar.
Great.
And then go rescue Vasso's dad, and then
Fantastic.
be prepared to go to Black Bay Harbor to possibly end all of this.
Great.
Vasso's pulling out a map, and he's kind of listening to the conversation, but he's trying to figure out the fastest way to get the train.
But who's going to stand in our way of killing the Harbinger of Creation?
Someone in our history, your history, and your history
You can
specifically.
just tell me.
Oh, but it takes the fun away of watching you try to guess of who this person is.
Is it you?
Oh, it is not me. If it were me, I wouldn't be here. Come on, Woods.
She has an inkling.
Who in your past do you think you must face in Black Bay Harbor to get to the Harbinger of Creation?
Benson. And she's
I
going to stare
give a smirk. Are you ready to go?
directly at Vaso.
And I look at Vaso.
Vaso's just kind of sitting there.
We can sail down the river from here to Tren.
Like, all right,
we can make haste. You can probably make quicker haste, but those of us without wings will need to travel south by other means.
Such a jealous kitty cat.
I'm not jealous of wings. Nomus like to fly. Vibe does not.
I would say Vibe does not, after being in the explosion of the Firefly City and falling thousands of feet and barely surviving, he probably does not like flying.
You are more than welcome at any time to use those wings of yours to fly, but I will be sticking to the ground.
Rivers and the lakes like you're used to.
Jason? Chasin Waterfalls. I always thought it was some guy named Jason.
Third grade talent show.
Are you ready to go get your dad?
Let's do it.
I don't think he likes Benson. We'll be fine.
All right. So, as Vive had already pointed out, he has a path already laid out to get to Tren. You'll be able to take a river that goes southeast for a full day and a half, and then you'll have to hoof it the rest of the way into Tren. I do feel like we need to have one random encounter roll to see what happens on this journey to Tren. All right, you guys are traveling down the river on a borrowed boat that you had found right outside of Kamachi. and the first day of the travels goes pretty uneventful. There are some rapids in the way, but you're able to navigate it with your guys' new boating skills that Vasa's picked up over the course of a year or so. With, I guess it's only like 3 months you guys were the Kincaid, but enough that you picked up some stuff.
Who?
Kincaid.
Just joking.
You don't know him.
He saved my life.
You don't know him. And it gets to the evening of that first night, and Vasa's shell phone goes off.
Hello?
Vaso, is that you?
Yes.
We need help. There's a plague. Something's going on. People are dying. I don't know what's
happening?
I don't know. People are just dying.
Who's attacking?
Nobody. They're just turning into dark shards just randomly. I don't understand what's happening.
Is Eldwin okay? Where is she?
She's one of the dark shards.
And Vasa just drops the phone and just starts beating the crap out of the crates in front of him. Just start beating it down like nothing.
I'm gonna
like somebody can try to stop me.
I'm gonna pick up the phone.
Okay, so you pick up the phone.
Hello?
Who
is
Woods?
this? Who is this?
This is Prescott.
Okay, where's Eldwin?
Eldwin died.
What do you mean Eldwin's dead?
I don't know. She just turned into a dark shard. There's people that are just turning into dark shards.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Where are you? Are you in Mordine? Where are you?
We're in the cave. There's no one here. People are just turning into dark shards.
Okay.
As you're trying to put that together, Vaso, in your rage, you're just punching and punching. Your fist starts to bleed, and you don't feel like you're doing enough damage. So instinctively, you grab the bow staff off of your back. That was the Rite of Migration bow staff. You start just absolutely whacking away at the railing with this bow staff. And I need Vimus and Woods to roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh, you get a +1.
Oh, you're close to him, yeah.
18.
18?
14.
Okay. So I'm going to say you guys still get caught up in the blast, which is a thunder wave that emanates out from the war staff. But you're able to nimbly dodge out of the way. But it does absolutely demolish the front half of the boat. And you start taking on water, and it also blows the cell phone out of Woods' hand into the water.
Prescott!
And it continues to fly off into the sunset.
I hope you bought that insurance. Get some rice.
Go to the sandbar.
And the boat starts sinking. And I'm going to say,
good.
Vaso, you don't even notice that the water level's changing.
Vaso,
and
stop.
You're just still whacking away, breaking more and more of the boat.
Vaso, help me. Will you help me with this? We're drowning. Vaso, stop.
Is the boat just done?
Yeah, you can tell the boat's beyond salvage at this point.
I'm grabbing on to something buoyant and just trying to get to shore.
Yep, start swimming to shore.
I'm going to hover above the ground.
So you're going to fly?
I'm sorry. If I fly, do I lose hit points?
I was going to say if you try to cover excessive distance. Basically, I'm trying to have you roll based on how much magic you let course out.
Okay. I would assume flying at this point is not really magic now. It's part of my body.
It's part of your body for now, but if you're trying to, let's say, like, dash forward and cover a great amount of distance, I'm going to have you roll.
Okay.
If you notice, when you were flying, I had you roll 1d4.
Yeah.
But then when you did something different, I had you roll 2d4s.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to base it on, like, how much energy it exerts.
So I could just, like, hover and...
So you can just hover just fine, yeah. Eventually, Vaso, you're going to run out of things to hit because it's going to fully sink. At which case, I'd say you would end your rage that you just went into. And now you're not a great swimmer, so you're kind of drowning.
Well, I've got my crown.
You have your crown.
He remembers.
He remembered his crown.
If I remembered.
I would say when you're raging, you definitely wouldn't remember. But then as soon as the water cools you down, you're like, oh, I need to you get a little bit more of your mind back.
Yeah.
So you use your crown of flying to get out of the water.
Yeah.
And you guys can all make it safely to shore. Vimus is soaking wet and probably angry.
What in the name of the heavenly gods was that? And she's staring directly at you.
Vasa's going to turn around and be like, my girlfriend just got murdered.
I understand that. And I am so
Vasa's
sorry.
just going to walk away.
You're not okay. Who are you?
Vasa's just walking away. He's not.
Vasa luckily is walking in the right direction. I'm going to say just
That's good.
randomly you decided to walk away, and it happens to be the right direction just to keep the story moving.
Yeah, I'm just going to let him walk and follow
we'll
him.
just walk behind him.
And pity the fool who gets in
Gets
front
in
of
the
him.
way. Yeah, exactly.
Which Vimus kind of hope happens.
Woods, you easily picked up from that conversation, that brief one you had with Prescott, that it sounded like Mordina was happening inside the cave.
Yeah.
And then you start putting together that they don't really know in Dorma what Mordina is. And you start thinking, well, what was Mordina? Well, Mordina happened when one of the halves dies. The other half dies. We've established that.
They must be, at this point, I feel like I'm talking to Vimus and filling you in on Mordina and telling him along those lines. So if Mordina is happening and these are Dorma elves, then people on this side are dying. So the elves here in Ivana are being either attacked, something's happening.
The Night Circle must have fallen. Is it Karhang?
They were trying to fall Kamachi.
Kamachi, and that's the elven city.
Well, Kamachi was the dwarven city that was right outside of Epicure.
So my immediate thought was that another pillar has fallen.
Oh my gosh, things are starting to click in Woods' head. Apicure's the elven city.
Epicure is the city that you're from that's full of elves.
Oh my gosh. No, that means that means that my home. No. Solplor was supposed to keep them safe.
Aren't you Solplor?
I'm some of her. I'm not. That's not okay. We have to go. I can't. We have to go there.
I thought you were in control of this goddess form.
No, I'm not in control of her. She lives in half of my body. If you think I have any control over this, you're sadly mistaken. This isn't like this isn't a merge. I've already done that. This is two goddesses, one very strong and one very weak, inhabiting me. And now my family is probably dead.
Well, I don't know. We're not going to convince Vaso to go to your hometown.
Oh, his girlfriend dies, so that trumps my entire family?
Are you going to stop him to get to your family?
Maybe I will. And my wings get very big.
Okay. What's Woods thinking?
Woods is really sad. Like really sad and panicking. And on the verge of tears, if not already crying. But she doesn't know what to do.
Okay. I can't make the decision for you, so if Woods is stunned to what's it called when you can't make a decision? Yeah, if Woods is in shock and can't make a decision, that's just where Woods is at. Maybe walking absentmindedly, trying to figure out what the right course of action is.
Yeah, she's going to continue to walk forward. How far are we from Epicure?
At this point, you guys took a boat ride for a full day the other direction. So you would at least be 2 days by foot. Probably even more, since I imagine a river is going to be faster than you can walk.
I am going to stop and drop to my knees. I'm going to pull up my sickles.
Okay.
And I have 2 of them. And I'm going to concentrate on the one that's glowing yellow, the light side. And I'm going to start praying to Solplor to see if I can get her to start protecting Epicure.
Because Solplor's with you. So Woods would know you have the ability to teleport back to Epicure because it's one of your temples.
Ah.
But you wouldn't be able to get back to Vaso and Nomis. I think that's what we'd be playing through Woods' head right now.
If I touch somebody, can I make them teleport with me?
Yeah, we've established you can bring people with you to
Do they have to be willing?
We have not determined if they're willing or not.
In all your time in Epicure, have you not seen anyone that looked like Vaso's girlfriend? Did any of those elves not look familiar to you at some point?
5 on my history check. I don't.
Can you be sure that it was actually Epicure that fell?
I don't. We're elves. Like, that's who we are. And outside of the random stray that came into our city and stayed, we're elven people, and they're elven people. And I cannot believe I haven't put this together.
Go ahead and roll a history check, Nomis. Since you just picked this up, I'll give you advantage on it.
Yeah. 13.
You, as a outsider, because you did spend about half a day in Epicure, and Vive also has history with the Firefly City, you personally don't remember seeing any overlaps between the people you saw in Epicure versus the people you know from the Firefly City. Like, no one looked familiar to you when you were in Epicure, just kind of looking around.
Okay.
But you also have the information that timeline-wise, this is about the same time that Kamachi would have fallen, because Korgon would have made it that far by now.
That's what I was trying to... When I was with the Night Circle,
Yep.
They were approaching falling Karhang. And with Osof out of the way and the relic gone, it was much easier for them to do that.
To fall Kamachi. Yeah.
So there could have been strays in Karhang that were elven. So there might have been strays in Kamachi that were also strays. Because no one knew where your village was, nor was there a temple.
So you're telling me that you don't think it's Epicure. You don't.
I didn't see a Harbinger pillar in your town.
No, we definitely don't have that. And she's.
No one knew where your town was, which is why I was irate that they shielded themselves while the rest of the world was dying.
She's like fervently, I don't even know if that's the word, fervently? Yeah. Scratching her brain and like closing her eyes and trying to think of every single elven face in Cave Town to see if anything is remotely necessary. And she remotely looks like somebody from her hometown. And she's starting to understand that they kind of even look a little bit different. They don't dress the same.
And if Sol Pelor is with you, don't you think Sol Pelor would have warned you that someone was attacking her sacred city?
I feel like you underestimate the goddess that lives within me.
I fully am aware of what your goddesses can do.
She's going to stare you down. Listen.
Logically, I think your city is fine. There was no pillar there. No one knew where it was.
I suppose you're making sense.
I tend to make sense.
And she's going to roll her eyes now and just...
Meanwhile, we have a very irate orc marching towards an unexpected Tabaxi city with all of his rage.
Yeah.
So I need you to make a decision now if you're going there or if we're going to stop Vaso.
We need to go forward.
All right, so you guys...
Agree, and I chase after. Well, don't chase. I walk towards...
Yeah, I'm assuming we're keeping a couple clicks behind him.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were at a dead stop because you were...
Panicking
with whatever information you had.
Yeah, no, I'm back up on my feet. We're moving.
As you guys were thinking through that encounter, I'm going to say both Nomis and Woods, you put together that... I'm going to give you another piece of information because I liked the role playing.
Oh,
yes.
Is this like inspiration that we
kind
never
of
get?
Yeah.
It's like passive inspiration.
Passive inspiration.
Which is the name of my next rock band, by the way.
Passive inspiration.
I feel like that's the name of our next podcast.
That's awesome.
I'm writing that down. Passive information.
Maybe someone else should write a note about that because
Somebody else.
Who's Dan, Brandon, Anne? Who's taking notes?
Here, I'm writing
Nobody's
passive inspiration.
Passive. I really hope every single one of them listens to this and texts me right now. Passive inspiration, because you guys.
They won't text you till January.
I don't care.
And we won't remember it all in January.
Like passive.
What was that about?
I will love all of you so much.
What?
Shannon.
And Shannon, text me.
You guys, while you were talking through everything, picked up that what Cave Town was exploring or experiencing was Mordina. And then you start thinking, especially with Vive's background, Mordina is a phrase used in Ivana. It's not a phrase that was ever brought up or used in Dorma. And that difference starts to gnaw at you because it's just a known thing that happens in Ivana, but in Dorma it never seemed to happen. And then you kind of put together, like, oh, well, Mordina happens when one half dies. Dorma is constantly under siege of these Denoa creatures that are attacking cities that constantly have to be on the move. There's none of that in Ivana.
So are the people dying in Dorma not in Ivana?
I think a group of people just died in Ivana, causing the Dorma elves, which turned into black shards, to die. So I think it was like a reverse Mordina.
Yeah.
Yep. But what you're
Less Dina.
But what you're picking up from that is Mordina is more common in Ivana, meaning it's more common for the people in Dorma to die.
Because of the Denoa.
It's a Noah problem.
And just the overall.
But the pillars, all the pillars are in Ivana, right?
All the pillars are in Ivana.
So when the Trin City fell,
Correct.
there would have been a reverse Mordina in Dorma.
Correct. Yes. When the citizens of Trin were attacked by the Denoa that were finally able to break through, there would have been a mass death. The Ivana side, which would have caused a mass death on the Tabaxi side and the Dorma cities.
So the only way a reverse Mordina of that magnitude can occur is when a pillar falls.
Yep.
But a Mordina on Ivana can occur with just a Denoa raid or something on a city. Okay.
Which should, I'm going to just be blunt, support a reason to end the spell, because the problem is only going to get worse.
So if the spell ends, people aren't tied necessarily and can live out their lives with fear of their other half.
Because they don't merge unless they touch. So they're not going to collide. Where we all thought as soon as the spell ended, they would automatically collide, but that's not true. They have to physically touch. So as long
that's
as
how we
all have. Yeah. So as long as everyone stays on their own side, we'll be fine.
So I think Vive's perspective, I think this affirms that what the Night Circle is trying to do is the right thing.
Yeah, which I think we're already pretty pulled on that side just because of your relationship with the professor.
And then,
but more of it's starting to click for you personally.
And then what little uncertainty Nomus had, I think, is starting to align with Vive's objective.
I agree. I mean, Woods I feel like you and I have just hashed this whole thing out. And I think also it feels like the first time we've had a somewhat civil conversation.
Agreed.
All right, Vaso, now getting back to you
Right.
as you're storming off in a confusing time in your life.
Yeah, he's just going to keep walking, just walking it out, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll walk in.
So I'll say at this point you just walk through the night.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys don't break for a rest this evening as you're trying to keep up with Vaso that's just walking through his emotions. So you will arrive at Trin at the start of the next day.
Can Soph, I'm assuming Soph is probably walking back with myself and Vimus.
Yeah, I imagine Soph's giving Vaso space.
And she's fine to walk all night.
Yeah. So everybody take one level of exhaustion. It's got to be a consequence. Okay. I think the first level of exhaustion is pretty straightforward. I have the cards if we need them.
I got some.
Sorry, guys.
Fine.
No, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
It's just one level. It's not the end of the world.
So that's acrobatics, perception, that type of stuff, or is it
Yeah. So stealth checks, perception checks, those types of things.
Saving throws or no?
Nope. Saving throws is a different one. I think that's level 3 or something like that.
So it's a short rest.
Each short rest will take one level of exhaustion away.
We haven't had a long rest
Oh, wow.
in a season. I don't know.
Somebody doesn't want to give them to us.
Yeah. You guys
There's
are
too much going on.
There's a lot
We're-
I
going
also
on.
feel like
we
it's
can't
been
take a
constantly
week
on the
off.
move.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's been like a week.
Vasa was getting close to dying multiple times in the season so far. But he is saved from that now, on the plus side.
It's true.
All right, you guys are outside Trin as the morning rises. You look out over the now burned city. Before it was a oasis of herbs, is what they were known for as their main export. But now all of those fields have been burned, trampled. But standing in the middle of it is a makeshift pillar. It's definitely not as elegant and pretty as the statues that now are the pillars. This is definitely haphazardly put together, but it's enough that it has sealed the massive rift that used to be in this territory.
Woods is going to stand there and kind of nudge Vimus. Hey, Nomus, remember the character that lived here?
Oh, the Ultra Zen. Well, through my backstory, through Vive would remember
hearing from Korgon
that there was a very...
Oh, so does Woods not know this?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Woods
Dang it again.
Woods would know it from the backstories, but it would be a second hand of a second hand.
I think Vive would say, oh, great, she is probably back. Which I'm blanking on her name. Wasn't she a Order of Light?
Noble.
Correct.
She was a noble of the Order of Light, and her name was, I will have to tell you in a minute.
It won't matter here in a minute.
I played her, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
But wasn't there some other surfer stoner-esque person that led us to
thing,
who kept grabbing my shoulder and gotta be zen, man.
You gotta be zen. Just be with the feeling.
Be with the tea or whatever it was.
Be with the tea. Great episode.
Trinity. The Tabaxi nobility.
Yes, Trinity. That's Trinity.
And I definitely do not have the other guy's name in my notes because I didn't write that down. But he died, so that will make that easy.
Didn't they all technically die?
Pretty much they all died, yep.
But
maybe the noble made it through somehow. I doubt it, though, because I feel like Trinity would have went down with the ship, I feel like.
So looking at this desolate, once vibrant, smoke-filled city, there's nothing left now.
Yeah, it got really trampled. There'd be ruins of not like broken down buildings and stuff like that. There might be some buildings that are still standing, but definitely a battle took place here.
So no one's alive that we see.
You would see the Order of Light has set up an encampment around this new pillar, but it's definitely more like a military outpost as opposed to like permanent structures. Think of like barbed wire around the pillar with a encampment set up inside of it.
So I'm remembering what Korgon said, that the Order of Light has been rebuilding the pillars.
Yep. So they've came up with a way to re-establish the pillars, but you have a missive explaining the failsafe that Damien built into that establishment. So you just have to get close enough to it. And you have the phase rounds. We already established you had 20 phase rounds that you can use.
You're giving away all my secrets.
Sorry.
How many order members are there?
They're about to die.
I would say there's probably, I think they leave probably 100 behind to secure the pillar.
Okay.
But from this distance, you're still just basically like cresting the hill and you're seeing this in the distance. So you don't know who they are. You can't see them, but you sense from the size, the tents that they have set up, the structure of it. You think back to, you did have experience in the Order of Light. Even now, like, oh, this is a contingent. It's about 100 people.
Do we know how to fell the pillars?
I know how to fell this one.
How do we do it?
I will produce one phase round. Since it's been rebuilt, this phase round will destroy the pillar.
Okay. How close do you need to get?
You need to touch it.
Touch it.
Bink.
So I can do this stealthily, or if you need to let out some aggression, I understand.
Can we do it from afar? You think a big old thunder wave would knock this thing down? I've got a little
he needs to
extra
touch it.
energy
I need to touch it with the phase round.
in order to...
Fell the pillar.
Okay, so it's not just the structure that needs to come down.
That is the structure. The pillar needs to be in contact with a phase round
Okay.
to fell this pillar.
All right. So I have an idea. What if we open a rift, we walk to the pillar on the dormer side?
They're going to be on the other side.
Okay.
I feel like we've tried this before. And we've gotten over there, and there's 100 of them. Remember the house with the burning thing?
Well, let's see what's on the other side.
Okay, I'm going to open a rift big enough for my head. And that's what I'm...
You're going to look into the other side.
Yeah, I was looking at the other side. Look at the little peekaboo.
You had the exact right idea. You would see an encampment on the other side with people walking around. You're still too far away to see who the people are, but you would see that they're patrolling both sides.
I think, what time of day is it?
You guys got there in the morning because remember we said you walked through the night. So it is dawn.
Could make camp, wait for the cover of darkness, and I can slip in mostly undetected.
I can also.
And then you all can be ready should something happen. Because if memory serves, when you touch the pillar, it does have an explosion, right?
That was, the explosion that Corgan had described was when the 2 daggers had touched, which were 2 relics.
So
in this case, you're not sure if it will explode or not because there's no relics involved in this temporary solution that the Harbingers came up with.
Got it.
I can get us out of here.
Do you need a
quickly.
distraction, a diversion?
So we have a distraction or
I can get us out of here very quickly. I can teleport us back to Apicure. But once we're there, we got to hoof it back.
because Apicure is 3 days in the other direction.
Correct.
That could be like a contingency.
Yeah. A plan.
Well, don't you have some?
Yeah. Where am I?
Don't you have a temple outside of Black Bay Harbor?
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, you can also go to the Temple of Saline.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do because that's where we need to be next.
How close is that? Well, we need to go about
You would still
20
be-
miles south.
Yeah, you'd still be about the same distance you would know. So walking from Trin would take about a week to get where you need to be, or going to Saline and getting a boat to go south to then walk over would be about a week. So it'd be about the same distance if you went with that approach also.
So we can go under the cover of darkness. I can slip in, touch the phase round to the pillar. If something happens where I'm compromised, I can send a signal, and that could be your all's cue.
We're gonna have to
To
be
come get me.
closer. And then, are we just gonna smash and grab and kill as many people as possible until the three of us can stand together and touch, and I can teleport us? Because there's no way you're just gonna walk in there, blow this up, and we're gonna walk out.
I'm pretty stealthy.
Okay. She's gonna stand back and fold her arms and say, "Okay."
Okay. I'm going to wait till it gets darker.
Where's Soph in all of this?
Soph would, I
She's gotta
assume you'd
stay
be hiding
close.
in the tree line.
Yeah.
I assume you're all hiding just on the other side of the horizon, so you're not just spotted camping out.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell Soph if we get separated, head to where are we going? If the contingency plan.
Or meet back here, and you can try to warp us. Is that
Yeah.
the plan?
Yeah. We're going to the Temple of Salim in Black Bay Harbor.
Saline. Okay. So I'll tell Soph that, if we warp out of here and you're left behind, head to the Temple of Saline.
So you describe where it is and all that.
I'm going to reach in my bag of holding. Do I have a relic from the Salim Temple by chance? Or anything
It's
shiny?
pretty picked clean,
Yeah. Okay.
unfortunately, because I don't think you
I'm
would.
sure since then and now I've lost all my stuff and regained it and lost it
Yeah,
again.
so I don't think you would.
Okie dokie. Well, sir, by all means, stealth away.
All right, so you're about,
I'm waiting for nightfall.
you're waiting for nightfall. I'd say you're a 30-minute walk to, because you guys would want to be far enough, you want to be spotted.
Right.
So I'd say 30 minutes. Does that seem reasonable? You'd be able to see with the long lens. Does that seem right distance-wise?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're about 30 minutes out, and you can start making your way to Trin.
While he's doing that back where we are, I'm going to do some perception checks to check to make sure that there's not an outlook this far from where we are. So I'm going to consistently be doing that, and I would assume we're going to get both up into a tree.
Okay, sounds good. You don't have to worry about rolling a perception check because you can see that they have scouts. And you would have been noticing that during the day.
Okay.
And you would know that you were parked about twice the distance that they were scouting out.
Okay.
So they were going in like a circle of maybe a 15-minute perimeter around.
Sorry, I just rolled a stealth check.
Yep.
I was going to stealth
Sounds good.
until I'm about halfway. So I'm going to go about 15 minutes until I think I'm going to see somebody that's close enough.
Okay. So you're purposely trying to hit a patrol?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get as close as I can, but if I see a patrol, I'm going to do something else.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If you timed it right, you wouldn't run into a patrol. I'm going to say it's your option if you want to run into a patrol or not.
I don't.
Okay. Then you would be able to time it. with your stealth check, you're waiting for the opportunity to see their patrol patterns. They're unfortunately very standardized, so it's easy to predict.
Okay. So once I'm about halfway, I'm going to cast invisibility
Okay, on yourself.
and then get as
Continue.
close to the pillar as I can without being detected.
Okay, so with
Still
your-
stealthily, but invisible.
Yep.
Just to be clear.
So you're still trying to be sneaky, but now you also have the advantage of being invisible.
Correct.
Go ahead and re-roll your stealth check at advantage then, and it can't be lower than your current, what did you say, 17?
19.
19. Can't be lower than 19.
Like, it just can't, or
It can't, because I'm trying to give you a boost
Bigger-
for
oh,
becoming invisible.
good thing it was advantage. 28.
Okay, so you can change your stealth roll to 28 then,
Cool.
while you're invisible. Once you're not invisible, drop back down to 19.
Cool.
You move closer.
But I'm checking for like traps and
And
trip
you
wires,
get hung up in a
trip wires,
rope
weird
basket.
movements. I think all the things Vive would know to look for
Yep.
to determine if something's going to catch me.
I'm gonna
Because I've
say-
done this before.
Yep, I'm going to say you don't notice anything until you get about to the barbed wire line that's outside the pillar. And you notice that there are some magical warding traps and trip lines that you need to be a little bit more careful to get around without stepping on. But what also pulls your attention is you see a large, for lack of a better word, pile of golden shards that are sitting on the ground right beside the pillar. And then you also see Quentin along with a couple other guards that you recognize that are patrolling right next to the pillar. So you have a big wide arcing that's looking for problems, but then you have a very tight knit, probably 5 guards that are constantly walking around the close pillar. And they seem to be having some shields that are made of pure light.
Around them or around the pillar?
They're carrying the shields of pure light, walking in circles.
I was going to say, because I remember when we last met Quentin, he was using the shards as like
You call
a
them the-
buffer.
They call them the shards of the faithful.
So do I think I can nimbly get around these traps?
You'll be able to get around the traps at the entrance, but then you're a little bit not sure how to approach the pillar itself because it's so heavily secured. I don't know if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Secured isn't like the barbed wires around it.
So you can make it past the barbed wire.
Yes.
So now you're inside the camp.
Yes.
You're, let's say, 30 feet from the pillar, but there are guards in the way that have Order of Light, Shards of the Faithful on 100% guard, and you happen to know one of them, and you know that he's a strong fighter. I'd say you recognize the other ones as also being strong fighters.
Yeah.
And you put together that these are the best of the best in the Night Circle.
The best of the best.
You don't see Benson, but you know.
Right. I think he would do it.
I pictured you just sitting there like
What to
mouth
do.
breathing, like trying to figure out like what to do, and you're awkwardly standing really close to them.
But they don't sense you at all.
But
you know?
yeah.
But your invisibility would be getting close to expiring at this
Yes.
point.
So, yeah. Be darned. I'm going to use my last spell slot for a 4th level and cast Dimension Door and appear right in front of the pillar.
Okay, sounds good.
Touch it, and then immediately turn invisible and just run.
I don't know how to do this because they were looking out because they were looking for someone to attack. But it's also a magical world, so they would have some sort of like protective ward. You know, like Professor was giving you a hint on how to do this.
That it just needed to come in contact.
Yep, exactly. In a certain spot, which you know. So I imagine he would have left an opening for you. Then you turned invisible. Okay, I'm going to roll a combat. You not miss a step. You dimension door in, and you touch the shard. It just starts to dissolve the pillar. So it's not an explosion, but more like a acid eating away at it. It immediately starts to crumble and fall, and the worlds are no longer separated. And now you find yourself surrounded by not only the people that were on the Ivana side watching guard, but also the people on the Jorma side that were watching guard, because both worlds collapsed in and now all 100 people are there instead of 50 and 50. But you casted invisibility and started to run.
Yes.
However, I do need you to make, I don't know how multiple spells would work. They are going to cast area of attack spells as a response to something happening.
Right.
And I want to say they would have Thunder Wave prepared.
Yep.
You ran between two of them. So I don't know if you need to roll 2 dex saves or just 1. Does that make sense? I don't know the mechanics on that one.
You're the DM.
Your world, buddy.
I don't like being the DM sometimes. All right, let's do 2, just because you're trying to avoid the shockwave from your right and the left, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I need to roll, trying to remember my spell save DC. It's 15, which seems low.
I would say that's probably comparable to what these guys are capable of doing.
Fail. Pass.
Okay, so you passed one of them, and then the second spell hit you for the max damage. So what is the damage for Thunder Wave?
2d8.
Do you mind rolling that? Sorry, I make you roll your own damage, but
You said max damage. I was like, dang, that's
I meant like
Four.
What do you roll?
12.
12. So you take 12 bludgeoning damage as you get thrown to the side, and obviously for storyline, run smack into Quentin. But I think do you cast normal invisibility or greater invisibility?
Just normal.
All right, so you would have popped out of invisibility when you took the damage, I believe, unless it's a concentration. Is it a concentration effect?
It's a concentrate. It said the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Okay, so you haven't cast, but you need to roll a concentration check, which is a constitution, which is the minimum of half the damage, or 10 is the DC. So you took
12.
12, so you have to at least get a 6.
With my rolls,
I think it's a maximum, so you have to get
Yeah.
a 10 at least.
14.
All right, so you're able
Plus
to,
something.
You're able to save concentration, so you're still invisible, but Quentin definitely knows something's there as something ran into him. But it's your action, and then I'll have Quentin go.
Trying to think what I would say in the moment to Quentin. I think I would say Woods and Basso send their regards and then run.
Okay.
Oh, this is so good.
Woods and Vasa send their regards. How to respond to this?
Because I was thinking last time he said he wouldn't interfere because he wasn't quite sure
Yep.
what he would do. And I think if he knows if his friends are purposely doing this, then they must have good reason.
Roll a
Tired of rolls.
roll an insight check.
But I'm exhausted, so I guess I'm
Disadvantaged.
9.
9. You would notice that Quentin struck out at you when you were running away, but it wasn't nearly as powerful of a swing as you know Quentin can do.
Okay.
And he shouts, "Does anyone see the enemy? Rank out!" You know, like whatever command would be.
Yeah.
And from the knoll 30 minutes out of town, you definitely see the pillar fall and darkness in the worlds collide again. And you start seeing a lot of movement going on. You see a big thunder wave happening, because I think you'd be able to see that from that distance. And then you see movement from the night circle, but it seems chaotic at this point.
Are the rangers that are halfway between us and the pillar moving towards the pillar, staying their ground, or moving towards us? The scouts.
The scouts that were closer to you would probably retreat back towards the camp.
Okay. I am going to signal to Vaso that we need to start kind of heading towards, to kind of meet him in the middle.
Okay, so you guys are going to start heading also towards the pillar?
Yeah, but like slowly, stealthily, like we're not going to go barging in, right? Like just coming down from our trees and making our way that way.
Okay. As you are running towards the pillar,
We're walking.
As you're walking,
Mall jogger. Like,
We're
mall jogging. As you're walking towards the pillar, go ahead and roll a perception check.
at disadvantage because I'm trying to keep it fair.
Yep, no disadvantage. Thank you for reminding me.
18.
14.
Wow, you guys' disadvantage is still so good.
I had a natty 20.
Oh, did you? But
Oh, what were we rolling?
perception?
Oh, then I have a 20-something.
With your 18,
Yeah, 18 plus 7.
you guys got really good rolls.
25.
As you're mall
That
walking,
checks.
as you're mall walking towards the pillar, you start hearing a lot of crunching sounds coming from behind you. As you turn around and see there is quite a few Denoa monsters that are more than walking towards this now open rift between the worlds. Kind of like they were drawn to this tear in reality.
Are we?
You are in the way between them and...
I know, but like, do I feel like they've noticed us or no?
I think you wouldn't be sure because they're running in your direction, and you're not sure if they're running at you or if they're running at this new large rift that just appeared.
Could
Vasso's going to hide behind a tree.
Is there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll stealth at disadvantage.
We're in a wooded area.
I want to say it's more like a brush area.
Okay, I'm gonna find like a rock or something to hide behind, but I'm gonna cast fog cloud around us.
Okay.
To give us some extra cover, and I'm gonna do that at a level 2. So I got a 40-foot sphere.
Okay. I'm going to say a big cloud of fog appears around you. You guys both get cover. What was your stealth roll?
10.
10?
Do I need stealth?
Yes.
Advantage or disadvantage or just?
And it's going to be straight because you casted a spell. We give you advantage, but you have disadvantage from exhaustion.
15.
What's Soph doing?
Soph is floating up top.
Okay. So as soon as the fog cloud happens, Soph takes off, flying up in the air.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to say the majority of this horde passes by, except for one of them trips over Vaso, since Vaso didn't get quite behind enough cover with his 10 roll, and it's going to attack you.
The idea of a shard monster like tripping is kind of funny. I don't know.
It's going to turn and lash out at you. Does a 13 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Okay, it misses you.
Okay.
What does this Denoa look like? What type of creature are we picking this time?
It looks like a bear.
All right, so it's a kind of a bear with, it looks like a big burn mark on the side of it. So part of the fur is missing and
One of the paws is missing.
one of the paws is missing to mirror Vasa's missing paw.
So the wooden bow staff, could I use that as a weapon?
You can. It's going to be, what's your axe do?
Well, my sword,
What did your sword do?
1d6.
So let's have this one do 2d6 because it's a magical weapon. So it's going to do 2d6 plus 2 since it's a magic weapon. So you're getting the same plus 2 that the bow is giving Woods, but as a bow staff, which is basically just a long club war staff. All right, so this bear that's kind of burned and missing a paw swings at you and misses. And it's fully focused on you because it didn't see Woods or Soph.
Okay. Yeah, Vasso's going to pull out that wooden bow staff and swing at the bear. 26.
Hits. You guys roll so much damage.
10 damage.
Okay.
30.
All right, that also hits.
I feel like that damage should be so much more, but Joel is 6 and a 2.
2d6 plus 2.
Plus your strength.
Plus
so
your strength.
5.
Okay. So that my damage should have been 15.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh,
I was
you're
just
right.
like, for a barbarian, it seemed like, I don't know.
Pew pew. He
Take-
flicks him on the
Take
head.
that. Hits him with a toothpick.
And then
Sorry, Nick. I was
another 15.
Another 15. Okay. Noah doesn't know to run away, so it's just going to full blown. It's going to, I can't remember what it's called, reckless attack you. So it's going to have advantage, and it's going to attack you twice, but you'll have advantage on it. A crit, so 26 is going to hit you, and then a 20.
Both hit me.
Okay. It's going to deal you 14 plus 9 would be
23.
23 bludgeoning damage as its paws and its mouth are just gnawing and pummeling you.
Okay. Well,
Woods,
Vaso,
what are you doing?
Do I see this or hear this? Can I perceive that this is happening?
I'm going to say you can hear it but not see it.
I'm gonna gust in the direction to basically like just move the air out so I can see what's going on. So not a big full gust to spray everything forward, but I just want to see a line of sight to see what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, you would definitely see Vasa getting mauled by a bear-type creature.
Okay, I'm going to pull out my bow and shoot at the bear.
Okay.
31 to hit.
Okay.
It's like, man, I should start calling shots.
Heavy roll.
I should literally start calling shots.
I think you should.
11 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it again. So what happens if I call a shot? Are you going to make it more difficult for me because my bow's so powerful?
So that's tricky. So normally it would be called shots would be some sort of penalty like disadvantage, or they'd have a better AC or something like that. But normally you'd have some sort of reward on it. Like it does more damage if you hit or that type of stuff. I don't know if I really want to worry about that at our table.
That's fine. It's cool. I'm going to shoot another bow. 24.
Okay, hits.
And the same. 11.
Okay.
Why can't I add?
I don't know.
It's called wine.
I had 3 ounces.
Vasa, what are you doing?
Just joking.
Well, after that hit, Basso just angry, so he goes into rage.
Okay, sounds good.
He yells out. He lets out a nice roar, and then he swings at the bear to Noah again.
Yep, you have advantage on these attacks because it reckless attacked.
21.
Okay. It hits.
18 damage.
Okay. I'm going to say with your rage, you let out a scream that fills your soul. And you start just with the bow staff pounding away at this bear, and it just dissolves into dark shards. But you just keep swinging away, yelling. And unfortunately, also, Woods just gusted part of her fog cloud away. So some of those Denoa that had ran past you guys now both see and hear an enemy, and they're going to circle back around. And I'm going to say, just for speeding up combat, you guys end up in quite a bit of a melee yourselves. So I'm going to roll for Vaso. I'm just going to do 4d8 over... can someone roll it for me, actually?
I got it.
4d8 over the course of the battle. So I'm going to say you still fell all the creatures, but in that you're going to take some damage as you're attacking one and not the other.
16.
So you take 16 damage total.
But he's raged, so
Do I get half?
So you'd get half, 8.
you're welcome.
Woods, go ahead and do...
I got you, bruh.
2d8s, since
It feels right.
Vasa's going to be pulling a lot more towards him with his battle cries.
And she takes
And she
no
gets
damage because
advantage.
she's a goddess.
No, she still takes damage.
I got 11. But generally,
You get advantage too, so.
Well, in this case, we're just doing straight damage as a consequence of the actions that were taken.
I generally just always position myself far away not to take damage.
Yeah. And
Smart.
So that felt good.
I think that
It
makes
took
sense.
11.
But at this point, there's a horde of enemies
Yeah,
that
that's
are
fine.
being pulled. So I think eventually you would be clipped by a couple, or spines might get thrown at you or something like that. But I wanted to speed up combat. Nomis, you would be seeing this survive. You'd be seeing this combat kind of happening in the distance, but you would also be trying to avoid the oncoming both Order of Light members and the Denoa. You are invisible, so that's good, but you're moving a little bit slower because you took that shock.
Right.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check. It's going to be a straight roll because you have advantage for being invisible, but disadvantage for being exhausted.
27.
27. So you make it out quite a bit of a ways, and then you have to duck behind a rock or something as some masses move past you. And then just like that American Gladiator.
Oh, the
gauntlet.
ballista, whatever.
Yeah. You're running from one cover to another cover and timing it all out. And I'll say you get about 10 minutes out, and you feel your invisibility is going to start wearing off soon. And in the distance, you hear the combat of the Night Circle fighting off these Denoa that are now being attracted to this.
Order of Light, you mean?
Sorry.
Okay.
You're about 10 minutes out, and you start hearing the battle of the Order of Light against these Denoa. And it kind of catches your attention, so you turn around to see how the battle's going. And you notice that Quentin and the other guards that were around it are pulling some of those light shards, and they're throwing them like spears, or they're calling them up as shields or hammers. They're able to manipulate the light shards, and it reminds you of Vive watching Benson doing that same type of stuff when he was fighting Black Bay Harbor, able to use the shards of the faithful. The battle's raging on, and you're still able to pick your targets left and right. But the Order of Light is definitely losing the battle until there's only maybe 10 of them left, and they're really starting to get circled around when what are the ships called? What do we call the airships? Remember? We just call them airships.
I think we just called them
Yeah, I
airships.
think they're airships.
Yep, an airship appears and drops down a hook, which looks very familiar to a design that you guys had put together.
Yeah.
As some of the last remaining Order of Light people get airlifted out into safety, making their way back, what you can tell, to the northeast, which would
Towards
be
Black Bay Harbor.
As this story pulls on your soul, in the end, we hope it is full.
Hey guys, it's Mike, your host and Dungeon Master at Carriage Rest Tales. I just want to say thanks for taking the time to listen to our podcast. It really means a lot to us. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review. It's really going to help us grow our listenership and be able to reach more people. I also want to give a special thanks to Tabletop Audio for providing the background music for today's episode.